Hey, it's Shane with GotRom.com. This video is called Mobility Minimalism, and it's the 4 stretches that you need to know to either get flexible or stay flexible with minimal time invested. So, stay tuned. This video is going to be a little bit of behind the scenes of my own personal training footage, so I hope you like it. The first stretch that gives you the most bang for your buck is the loaded front splits. So here you can see me with my front foot elevated. You could be having ski poles in your hands or chairs on each side of you or something to balance, but I love this balance between flexibility and also stability and balance that this gives you. This obviously is pretty advanced, and it's pretty much like max effort weightlifting. This isn't kind of passive, relax into the stretching. This is building strength at end range. This is end range strength training, and I found that this is the kind of stretching that cements your flexibility in the most. So obviously it's hard work, but when your muscles know that they have strength in these extreme end ranges, then they keep those ranges for longer. The next bang for your buck exercise is the pancake splits and the middle splits. I kind of group them together in my 45-day program about the pancake and middle splits because they're similar enough that it's worth training for them at the same time. So here, this is something I was doing in my house after a workout, and the hand position is critical. And if my hands are on my chest, it's harder. If my hands are on my thighs, it's easier. And when you see my calves touch the ground, that's sort of the end goal of these isometric or loaded middle splits. This is another session that I was doing in the gym, lowering all the way down. And obviously, your hip morphology matters to some degree, but I find that this loaded stretching helps you work around quote-unquote bad bone structures, which I have. This is another clip from a training session that I was doing when I was traveling around in Asia. I was in a beautiful park. And what I want you to notice with this one is how I reach forward. As you can see, I get pretty deep in these stretches, so maybe bone morphology is not the only thing that matters. I'm someone with FAI, cam impingement in my hip, but it doesn't stop me from getting deep in these stretches. So maybe that has more to do with the muscles. Moving on to the pancake splits, which is just a continuation of the isometric middle splits, you can see me just kind of adjust my position a little bit, and then watch as I kind of bounce. This is a slight ballistic stretching technique. I also wiggle side to side. That creates space in my hips. Then I also reach forward or reach out to touch my toes. I use my hands to adjust my hips. And when I'm done, I move on to the next thing. Another good trick is to elevate both of your heels, even just 1 inch off of the mat. The goal is to not do these stretches with an extremely rounded back, but a little bit of roundedness is fine. Sometimes that helps you get a little bit more leverage. The key is, are you feeling a comfortable, good stretch in your high inner groin adductor muscles? So as I'm in this position, sometimes I scoot back to kind of readjust. And again, you'll notice I'm very active when I'm doing this. I'm putting my hands behind my head, I'm reaching, I'm wiggling, I'm prying. A lot of people make their stretches way too static and boring and lifeless. I want you to kind of wiggle and keep feeling into your body sensations and creating more and more space in your hips and feeling the stretch in the right place. And of course, the final goal is to get your belly button to the floor, which, as you can see in this picture, I like to do with a barbell, which helps push you deeper into that stretch. The final activity is the back bridge, the number 4 bang for your buck stretch. This is something that if you do it regularly, you'll never have any problems with shoulders, with poor posture, kind of slumped desk posture, because to do a good back bridge, you need really good shoulder range of motion and thoracic extension. And the goal of the back bridge in the end is to get your chest out past your wrist with your legs straight. So that's it. I hope you enjoyed these top 4 bang for your buck stretches. If you want more, feel free to check out my website. And if you need any help, feel free to email me.
Yeah, be cool, just move with the groove. No funk in here to be